Through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit and deep encounters with God, Bishop Okudili and Pastor Ifoma Eze have written and published over 70 live transforming books. Succeeding in Marriage After the Wedding, Treasures in a Trash. All you need to succeed in marriage. Preparing for your season of demand. Building a marriage that will stand the test of time. And many more. If you're in Nigeria, you can get these at Zion Heritage and Miracle Ministries branches. For further inquiries, call 0809 178 7299 or 0805 716 1060. Remain lifted for life.
It's your host again, Pastor Ifoma Eze, and I'm glad you are here. Thank you for joining us again at Checkpoint. I'm glad you are watching us right now. So please, before we start, I'd like you to just invite your friends, your relations, your associates, your neighbors. Let everyone know that Checkpoint is on right now. What are you waiting for? Please just share the links everywhere. Share the links on your social media platform. Alert your friends, your relations, your neighbors, your associates, everyone. Let them know that Checkpoint is on right now. And today, we have a very important message to share with you. Now, I must not fail to do as I always do, and that is to appreciate you, to say thank you so much for all that you do for us at Checkpoint. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for subscribing on our YouTube channel. Thank you for everything that you do for us here at Checkpoint. And because of these things that you do, our message is reaching a wider audience. And for this, we are indeed grateful. So thank you for all that you do for us here at Checkpoint. Now, have you shared? Are you sure you have shared? I'm waiting for you. I need to give you a little more time for you to just share the links. Let everyone know that Checkpoint is on right now. Okay, so when we come back after the break, I'll be sharing with you the topic for today. And I hope you will love it because it's something that would inspire you, that will help you on every side of life. Irrespective of your age, you are going to love this video. So please get ready as we do this. All right, so I'll be back after the break and then I'll tell you the topic for today. Are you ready? See you in a while. All right, so welcome back to Checkpoint. So today we have a very interesting topic that I'd like to share with you. And today's topic is so interesting that it will be relevant and very useful for you in your everyday life. So today I'll be sharing with you strategic wisdom to redeem your years. Strategic wisdom to redeem your years. Can you say it after me? Strategic wisdom to redeem your years. All right, if you have been reading your Bible, you must have come across the verse in Psalm 90 verse 12. And that psalm, it was the psalm writer, the psalmist, the man called David. He was in the place of prayer and he made this prayer. He said to God, "So teach us to number our days aright, that we may apply our hearts to wisdom." So teach us to number our days aright, that we may apply our hearts to wisdom. Don't you think that is a prayer you have to be praying every day? And is it a wonder that this message is coming to you on the first day of the week so that you can plan yourself well, so that you can redeem the week that you already have, so that you can redeem the time, because it's very, very important. We all need to pray this prayer. Many have come to this earth, but they were not able to fulfill the purpose for their coming here on earth. Can I tell you that life is simply a gift from God given to humanity to fulfill purpose here on earth? Let me say that again. Life is a gift given by divinity to humanity in order to fulfill purpose here on earth. So when you have life, you must first and foremost ask yourself, there is a purpose to this life, okay? There is a reason why I am here. Many did not just come. We need to understand that we did not just come to the earth for fun fair. We did not just come to this earth by chance. We did not just come to this earth by mistake. We came here for a divine purpose. We came here for a divine assignment. There must have been something that was in the mind of God before he chose to bring us here on earth. There must have been something that was in the mind of God before he proposed to bring us here on earth. So we have to key into that plan. We have to key into that purpose. We have to understand that there's a reason why we are here. And when we understand that reason on time, we will be able to number our days aright. We will be able to redeem our days. In the book of Ephesians, to show how important this subject matter is, in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 16, Paul, speaking to the people of Ephesians, he said to them, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. People, friends, I like you to know that the days are evil. When you look around and see all that is happening here on earth, you will agree with me that the days are evil. And one of the greatest mistakes anyone would do is to live life by chance. I like you to make this comment in the comment section, in the chat room. Let me know, because I need to be sure you are hearing what I'm saying. One of the greatest mistakes anyone can make is to live life by chance. Let's do that. Let's write it. Let's type it right now. One of the greatest mistakes that anyone can make is to live life by chance. See, you are not here by chance. You are not surviving, breathing, alive in this world right now by chance. You are here for a divine purpose. You are here in this time because you are needed in this generation. That is why you are here. So you have to ask yourself, in what ways can I serve my generation? The Bible, speaking about David, said that after David has served his generation, David slept with his fathers in the book of Acts. After he has served his generation, he slept with his fathers. You need to understand and ask yourself this question. What influence, what contribution am I bringing to my generation? Why am I here in a time like this? And then, if you understand why, you'll be able to live your life purposefully. How many of you have ever tried to travel on a road before, and then as you are on that journey, you did not know the way? Do you know what will happen? You will have a lot of stops by the way to ask questions. You would have missed your turns at different times, and then you have to reverse and get back because you do not know the way. But when you know the way, you take the lead. Let me say that again. When you know the way, you take the lead. Write it in the comment section. I want to hear you. I want to feel you. Write it in the comment section right now. When you know the way, you will take the lead. It's just that. That's just how it works. So we need to understand this, that there is need for us to what? Redeem our years. There is need for us to redeem the days that God has given to us. The Bible says, redeeming the time. Redeeming the time. Because the days are evil. You're not sure. People usually say that tomorrow is not promised. What you have is today. And it is commonly said that the word letter O stands for opportunity. If you get this, just write it in the comment section so I know that you are following, all right? So the letter O stands for opportunity. That letter O is absent in yesterday. That letter O is present just once in today. And that letter O is present 3 times in tomorrow. So you need to understand and embrace the fact that opportunity does not come all the time. Yesterday's opportunity is gone and it's lost forever. today has just one opportunity for you to do something right. And then tomorrow, there will be several opportunities, but you don't abuse opportunities. You don't waste opportunities. What do? You redeem the years. You redeem the time by maximizing this opportunity. I don't know how many of you have seen opportunity and walked past it. I don't know how many of you have seen opportunity and you neglected it because the opportunity looked like work. Can I tell you that sometimes opportunity dresses in overalls? Yeah. Sometimes the opportunity dresses in work clothes. So you have to be able to have the ability to discern and know when opportunity comes knocking at your door, because you can't keep wasting opportunities and keep expecting them to show up every day of your life. So this is very, very key. Time that you have is a precious gift from God. There is a time to do everything. Even the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 tells us there is a time for every season, every purpose under the sun. There is a time for every purpose under the sun. You don't have time to do everything. Can I tell somebody watching me right now, the stage will not be there for you forever. A stage comes to you at different times in life, at different points in life. But what do you do with that stage? Many have seen their stage, and all they did on their stage was to rehearse on their stage. However, it is wrong for you to rehearse on the stage of life. On the stage of life, you are meant to perform, not to rehearse. People rehearse in the backside of life. People rehearse in the wilderness. People rehearse in the backyard. People rehearse when no one is watching. But when a stage is given to you, that stage is given to you for manifestation. That stage is given to you to showcase the uniqueness that God has put on your inside. That stage is given to you so that you can manifest and bless the world with your peculiarity. So please stop wasting time. Time wasted cannot be regained. It is commonly said in a nursery rhymes, tick, tick, says the clock. Whatever you have to do, do it what? Quick. Let's say it together. Tick, tick, says the clock. Whatever you have to do, do it what? Quick. Time is not waiting for you. Time is not your friend. Time keeps moving, whether you are ready or not. Time keeps running. And when you look back, you see time has been lost. The question is, what were you able to do with the time you have used up? So today, I like you to know the 4 stages of life. Now, somebody might say, no, I usually don't like talk like this. I don't like messages like this because they put me under pressure. They make me they make me to feel like I'm left behind. But listen to me, calm down. You really need to understand this. What is the use of stockfish to a woman who is already 80 years of age? Can you imagine the woman chewing stockfish? In case you are out there, you don't know what stockfish is. Stockfish is a brand of fish. It's usually dry and strong, and the sweetness in it still being strong when you are eating it, okay? So an 80-year-old woman, how on earth is she supposed to enjoy what? Stockfish. How is she supposed to enjoy certain things? As a matter of fact, who goes to become a gymnast at 80 years? There are certain things that you can achieve in certain ages. Let me tell you this. All right, so I have 3 boys, and these 3 boys are so energetic. Okay, you can imagine they are all in their teenage years, and then you can imagine the kind of energy that boys have when they are teenagers. Okay, so sometimes we are playing around, we're kidding around, and then I'm just spending quality time with them. And then you see them do stuff like back tumble, you see them do some kind of dance steps and stuff like that. And believe you me, because I want to just feel young, I want to feel like I am still a young mother, I've tried to engage them in some of their dance steps, and I have attempted, not really done that, but attempted to join them in their backflip. And I while I was still conceiving it in my heart, I started hearing my bones crack. So it occurred to me that I was no longer in that age bracket to do some of those things they are doing. Okay, so they've brought up some dance steps. I'll look at them. I'm like, do you think I'm going to do that? I have no plans of doing that because I don't want to be taken to an orthopedic hospital. Okay, so because of their age, there are some certain things they are permitted to do. And at some other certain, and at my own age, there are things I am no longer permitted to do. All right, with my age, with my size and everything, I am no longer supposed to do that because it's not compliant with my age. So because they are young, they can really do lots of things with their bodies and stuff like that. But I shouldn't be trying to compete with them or trying to do what they are doing at their age, because there is a time for everything. Okay, just imagine I say, oh, time is not a limit, time is not keeping me from doing anything, and then I decide to go to primary school wearing, I decided to wear a primary school uniform at this age to attend primary school. Wait, I know people have done that. I know people have dared some of these odds and stuff like that. But then you need to appreciate the fact that when things are done at the right time, it's a blessing. When things are done at the right time, it's a blessing. A lot of people say, oh, I don't like messages that pressure us about time. Someone once told me, oh, it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want to do at any age I want to do it. And that was how this man got married at 60 years. By the time his child had turned 10, the boy was so energetic and very active. But this man had become an old man at 70. Now, what could he do? How could he train his child? All he could do was talk, and the boy would always laugh at him and then try to compete with him and tell him, okay, Papa, if you think you really want to catch me, come, let's run. But the boy knows that the father can never catch him while he was running because he was already an old man. There is an energy that you need to be able to train your children. There is a kind of strength that you need to be able to train your children. And if for any reason, I understand that certain things might happen in life that may not allow you to do the things you are supposed to do when you want to do them. When this happens, know that it's not your fault. At least from your own part, you have done everything that you were supposed to do, and then it turned out that way. But we have to learn how to control the things that we can control, and then learn how to adapt and cope with the things that we cannot control. This is very, very key. So learn to take charge and control the things that you can control now, and then learn to just look past and just allow time to pass and some things that you cannot control to go. Because if you keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself over something you cannot control, it becomes a problem, a huge problem in your life. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the 4 stages of life and what you can do to redeem these years. The 4 stages of life and what you can do to redeem these years. So I'm going to be sharing with you the peculiarities of these 4 stages, and then what you can do to redeem your years. And when you do this, it will really help you. So be patient if I've not gotten to your age yet, because I would get there. So listen to the end and watch to the end so that you don't miss out on any of the 4 stages of life. Are you ready for this? All right, so we're going to be talking about the 4 stages. The first stage of life is what we call the morning stage. Somebody said the morning stage. Now, this morning stage is usually between the age of 0 to 25 years. This is the morning stage of life. And this morning stage is characterized, also known as the learning stage. The learning stage. Between the first 25 years of your life, you are trying to learn a lot of things about life. You're trying to learn why things are the way they are. You're trying to learn how to overcome certain obstacles that you have experienced, maybe from your parents or from your society. At that learning stage, you have a whole lot to learn about life, about destiny, about your career, about your business, about your uniqueness. There is a whole lot to learn. During the learning stage, it is important that you find salvation. I always tell people this: when you live your life emptily, you become a prey to the devil. When you live your life casually, you eventually become a casualty. You cannot live your life casually because the days are evil. Remember Ephesians chapter 5 verse 16, where we read, it said, redeeming the time because the days are evil. The Bible makes us to understand that our adversary, the devil, waited and seeketh to do what? To steal, kill, and destroy us. He's roaring about like a lion, and he wants to devour us. That is why we have to give ourselves to Christ on time. And when we hand ourselves and our lives over to Christ, remember, whatever we give to Christ, no moth can come in there and destroy it, and no thief can break in and steal it once our lives are in God's hands. That is why we have to find salvation. That's why we have to give our lives to Christ. So I have a question for you. Have you found salvation? If you haven't, now will be a precious time for you to find salvation. Please let me know in the comment section and I will get back to you right away. It's such a delight, always a delight for me to help lead people to Christ. So please find salvation, find God, talk to him, tell him you're tired of your sins, tell him that you want to start a new life with him, tell him that you want to leave sin and Satan and you want to live for him forever. So find salvation. This stage, this morning stage, is the best stage to find salvation. When you find salvation, you will never make a mistake in life. When you find salvation, you will have a fulfilled life. You will have a life that is in God's hand, a life that God controls, not a life that is open to happenstance, not a life that is open to chance, a life that is in charge of, that God is in charge of. And it's a beautiful life. It's a life that when you live, you are delighted, you are happy, you are fulfilled. So apart from finding salvation, this will be the time when you discover purpose. It's this stage in your life, you have to discover what makes you unique. Why are you here on earth? Why are you here in a time like this? Why were you born in this generation? You need to discover purpose. I would always tell you that purpose is the blueprint of man, the blueprint for man's life handed down by God himself. The blueprint for your life handed down by God himself. Your purpose is a mental picture of your preferable future. A mental picture of your preferable future. Your purpose is that thing that makes your heart tick. Is that thing that makes your heart beat faster. That makes you want to do something about it. Your purpose is that problem that when you see it, you are compelled to do something about it. You have strong conviction that you need to do something about it. That is an inclination and an insight into what your purpose could be. So please, I want to encourage you. This 0 to 25 years, the morning stage is the stage where you have to discover your purpose. When you discover your purpose, you live a meaningful life. When you discover your purpose, you live a life that is fulfilled. When you discover your purpose, the essence, you find out the why you were born here on earth, what you were born here to do, when you were born to do it, how you were born to do it, and with whom you were born to do it. When you discover this purpose, the rest of your life will make a lot of sense. The rest of your life will fall in alignment. You will not be like someone who is missing out on a lot of things. You are making mistakes. You are hanging in there. Tomorrow you are doing something else. You appear confused every day of your life. That's not what you want. You want to be able to discover your purpose. So please, this morning stage is the moment where you are able to discover your purpose. All right. So I've talked about it's the learning stage. I've said that is a time where you have to find salvation, and I said very importantly, you have to discover purpose. This is also the time when you go through education. Now, it's possible that at this time you may not have figured out what you want to eventually do, but you must have had an idea into what God is calling you to do, what you have a passion for, what you want to see fixed here on earth. So you have to educate yourself accordingly, all right? So this will be the time when you're able to finish. You would have gone through your primary, secondary, university, and then you could add a postgraduate degree on top of it between the ages of 0 and 25. So at this stage of your life, you must have gotten the required education that will be necessary to form a platform upon which you shine. I want to emphasize that it is possible that what you educate yourself in might not be all that you need to become all that you are meant to be. So education never really stops. I'm still learning. Every great leader is still learning. It's John Maxwell that said that great leaders grow daily. So if you want to be a great leader here on earth, you have to grow daily. You have to grow daily. You have to learn every day, all right? Because when you stop learning, you start dying. Let me say that again. When you stop learning, you start dying. So at this stage is the learning stage of your life. You must have found salvation. You must have discovered purpose. You must have gone through the required education that will help you to become who God has made you to be. At this stage of your life, you should have developed the ability to support your family, all right? To support the people around you, to help 1 or 2 people around you. So you must have had a job, all right? At 0 to 25 years, by the time you are 25, you should have something you are doing. And somebody will say, are you not aware of the current rate of unemployment all around the country? What I have to say to you is this: if you do not see anyone to employ you, you employ yourself. You start up something. You begin to do something with your life, with your destiny. All right? No more slacking, no more wasting of time. You begin to do something with your life, with your destiny. Get busy. Find a skill. Begin to do something. Begin to create something. Begin to practice, work on something while waiting for someone to employ you if you really want to be employed. If not, what stops you from becoming the employer of labor? What stops you from becoming the employer who will eventually employ others? So stop waiting for the government and what they will do for you. You do for yourself and you do for your generation what has to be done. This stage is the time when your sun should rise, okay? We know that in the morning the sun rises, right? So sun rises in the morning, and if this is the morning stage of your life, your sun should rise, okay? You should become relevant. It is time for you to rise. It's not time for you to stay in your hiding place. It's not time for you to begin to shy away from life and destiny. It is time for you to rise, to step out into the limelight, to step out into the spotlight, to step out into the sunlight and tell your generation, I am here and I have something to contribute for my generation. This is the time that the sun rises. The morning stage is the time the sun rises. And you should rise if you are between 0 and 25 years. This is very, very key because this stage is the foundation of life. This stage is when life truly, truly, truly begins. So I want you to understand that at this stage you must have developed tangible values, all right? Develop tangible values and belief systems that will help you become all that you are meant to be. At this stage of your life, it will be an error for you to imbibe limiting beliefs into your life, okay? I understand that this is also the stage where parents, society, friends and relations around you have a dominant say in your life. So they might be a bit controlling. They might have set things into you that have formed walls of limitation for your life. But this is the stage where you begin to break those limiting beliefs because it's the foundation stage of your life. You cannot allow anyone to come in and mess it up. As a matter of fact, I must confess, I wish I listened to this video. I wish I watched this video before now, before I became 25. And now this is my own gift to my generation. I'm trying to make sure that you understand this 4 stages of life and how to redeem your days, how to redeem your years so that you don't end up spending and wasting them. Develop values, develop key belief systems, all right? Things that you believe that will guide your life, all right? That will help you to become who God wants you to be. If there are limiting beliefs, somebody says a girl cannot do this, somebody gives you a stereotype because you are a male or female or the first child, please do not listen to any of those stereotypes. Tell yourself, I can and I will, all right? Say it in the comment section, I can and I will. You cannot be limited. You cannot be stopped. The only limitation that exists is you. If you tell yourself, I am not limited, I cannot be stopped at this level, then you will advance on every side. So this stage is key because at this stage you develop tangible, lifelong values, lifelong belief systems that will guide you in life. And it is important that you develop values that will help you. Values of honesty, values of integrity, values of hard work, all right? Values of contentment. You are able to be contented with what you have, all right? You are not greedy. You are not looking for vainglory. You know what you need and you go for it, all right? You believe in yourself. Values that help you to achieve values that help you to achieve results. You do not believe that you are limited. You do not believe that you can be stopped. These are key values that you have to imbibe in order to become all that God wants you to be. All right. So I've done a video previously. The video I titled it "How to Stop Limiting Beliefs." All right. How to stop what is stopping you. So please do well to watch any of those videos. There would be a huge blessing to you. So at this morning stage of your life, it's also a time to develop key skills and competencies. Key skills and competencies. This is the time for you to learn the things that you would need. Skills, all right? Competencies that will help you to become the very best version of yourself. As a matter of fact, this is the morning stage. This is the stage where you tell yourself, you are not limited. You cannot be stopped. The only limitation that exists is you. It's just right there in your head. All right. So you develop key skills, develop key competences. The world is changing as we see it. The skills that were relevant many years ago, most of them are no longer relevant today. But there are some skills that were relevant several years ago that are still ever relevant. Keys like people skills, emotional intelligence, all right, communication skills, writing skills, graphic skills, all right, ability to communicate effectively, leadership skills, teamwork skills. There are several tons of skills that you can learn in this generation, and competencies, things that you can do with your hands. You can go out and learn stuff about the internet, graphics, all right, video editing, and stuff like that. There are so many tons of skills to learn even in this generation. So this is the time when you begin to learn this. And then this is the stage where you prepare yourself for the future you desire. Let me say this again. This morning stage, it is the stage where you prepare yourself for the future that you desire. Many escape preparation and they want manifestation. But poor private preparation will lead to poor public manifestation. Let me say that again. Poor private preparation will lead to poor public manifestation. You know who you want to be. You have an idea what you want to achieve in life. But honestly, if you do not prepare well, you will fail well. If you refuse to prepare well, you will fail well. But if there is adequate, proper private preparation, it will lead you to powerful public manifestation. Many mess up on the stage because they really do not know how to prepare well. This is the stage where you prepare well. This is the stage where you put in all your effort, every little thing that you need in order to become the best version of yourself. Now, I can send somebody out there asking me, oh, I just passed 25. Oh, I'm way past 25. What can I do to redeem my own years? Because this time has passed. Because I have passed this time in terms of age. But can I tell you, irrespective of your age, you can do something. My father would always tell us with an Igbo adage that says that if things become okay today, they became okay on time. Let me say that again. If things become okay from today, they became okay on time. So you can actually rework your life and redeem your time, all right? Because you cannot afford to waste time. Time waits for no man, and time is moving. Many of you have passed this morning stage and you have found yourself in the afternoon stage. And that brings me to the second stage I want to talk about, the afternoon stage. The afternoon stage. This stage ranges between the ages of 26 to 50. 26 to 50. If you have found yourself in that stage, let me know in the comment section whether you're in the morning stage or whether you're in the afternoon stage and you are following. Please let me know. Comment about it in the comment section. Let me know what stage you are in. Now, one thing about the sun, remember we said that the sun rises in the morning stage, but in the afternoon stage, the sun shines brightest. The sun shines brightest in the afternoon stage. If you have found yourself in the afternoon stage and you're between the ages of 26 and 50, now is the time to shine. Now is the time to shine. Irrespective of what did not happen in your morning stage, this afternoon, you've got to shine. You've got to become all that God has empowered you to be. The sun shines brightest in the afternoon, and I want you to tell yourself the sun will shine brightest for me. This stage is called the execution stage. Remember we said that the morning stage is called the learning stage, but this stage is called what? The execution stage. In this stage, you begin to execute all the plans you have made because you have prepared yourself in the morning stage, because you have gotten the requisite education, because you have developed the required values, because you have developed the skills and competencies necessary At this afternoon stage, you begin to execute the plans that you have made. You begin to work it out. You begin to implement it. You begin to work out your vision. You begin to build the companies that you have dreamt about. You begin to build the businesses you have talked about. You begin to build your career. At this stage, this is a building time. It's an execution time. It's an implementation time. All right. It is very important that you do not do what you should do in the morning, in this afternoon. But if time has passed, you can decide to recover your time or redeem your time by working it out effectively. I want to encourage you, wherever you are watching me right now, please do what you have to do whenever you have to do it. This is the period for maximum impact, maximum career impact, maximum business impact, maximum financial impact, maximum destiny impact, maximum kingdom impact. At this moment of your life, this is when your impact in life should be at its maximum. This is the time you begin to build great edifices, great work, great businesses, great careers, great work for the Lord Jesus Christ. Whatever you have to do, now is the time. If you are between 26 and 50, it's no longer the planning or the preparatory stage. It is time for you to begin to do what? To execute. And if it happens you do not plan in the morning, well, you can combine your planning with your execution, because there is a time for everything. Remember the story I told you earlier about my boys and I couldn't carry out some of the dance steps they could, because there is a time for everything. Their bones are still flexible, but just thinking about it, my bones were already cracking inside my mind, all right? Don't ask me how, but inside my mind, my bones were already cracking. I couldn't even dare take on some of those dance steps. I know there are people who are very much fitter, even at my age, who can take on those dance steps. But in all honesty, I have to be frank here, I could not take up those dance steps because they were way, way, way beyond me, all right? So it's wisdom for you to know when to do what you have to do, all right? So in this afternoon stage, go ahead. It is the time for you to fulfill your plans. It is time for you to fulfill your dreams. It's time for you to fulfill your purpose. All those things that you have dreamt about, those mental picture of the preferable future, it is time to move them from the realms of the mental realm to the physical realm, all right? Don't allow them to be in the mental realm anymore. They have to be in the physical realm. It is time for execution. It's time for you to begin to implement and execute everything that is in your heart. It's time for you to begin to execute what your plans are, your dreams, your visions, things you have dreamt about and developed over time. This is the time of you, this is the time for you to live based on the values you have developed in the morning stage. There are several values you have developed in the morning stage. This is time for you to live those values out. There are beliefs and systems you have been able to construct for yourself in the morning stage. This is the time for you to live based on those belief systems. And I hope those belief systems are the right belief systems, okay? So that you can live your life to the fullest. If you have developed values of hard work, now will be the time to begin to work hard. Work hard and work smart. All right, if you have developed values of honesty, now will be the time for you to live an honest life. All right, so if you watch, I am talking about things that are applicable to just about everyone. I'm not talking about you buying cars. I'm not talking about you getting married and stuff like that. I'm talking about your life, your destiny, something that is very important to you. And as a matter of fact, at this stage, if you must, it is important that you are married equally at this stage, because I wanted to let that go, but it's important that you get to know this, because so if you have your children, you're able to grow with them within this time frame, because the sun shines brightest in the afternoon. And in that afternoon, when anything falls, you're able to pick it up. When there is something wrong, you're able to correct it, because it's still afternoon. Because when night comes or even time comes, you're not able to correct some things that have gone wrong. So this is the time for you to live based on your purpose. Live out your purpose. This is the time for you to live based on the values you have developed, based on the belief systems that you have been able to develop over time. So that's why we call this stage the execution stage. It's the stage of implementation, the stage where you allow all your dreams to really manifest the way you have dreamt about them, the way you have prayed about them. So if you are between the ages of 26 and 50, you are in the afternoon stage. All right, let's quickly go to the evening stage. The next stage is called the evening stage. This evening stage is ranges between the ages of 51 and 75. That's the evening stage. It ranges between the ages of 51 and 75. Now, let's use the sun again. The sun goes down in the evening stage. The sun goes down in the evening stage. And the fact that the sun goes down in the evening stage does not mean it's entirely night, okay? It's still not night, but the light is no longer as bright as it used to be, okay? So in the morning stage, the sun rises in the morning. In the afternoon stage, the sun shines brightest in the afternoon. But in the evening stage, the sun goes down. Now, when the sun goes down, we also call this evening stage the consolidation stage. This is the time you begin to consolidate on the things that you have done, on the businesses that you have made, on the plans that you have made. This is the time you begin to build your legacy. You begin to ask yourself what you want to be remembered for, okay? You begin to build institutions and that preserve the values that you have, or the values you're able to build. You begin to build institutions that preserve the value, the knowledge that you have been able to give to your generation over time. So between this age of the 51 and 75, the consolidation stage, you begin to consolidate the things that you have made. Maybe you've written books, you could begin to build movies around it. How many of you noticed that Think and Grow Rich is now a movie? Yes, so do well to watch that movie. Think and Grow Rich is now a movie, all right? So many years ago, we read it just as a book. Now it's becoming a movie. So this is the consolidation stage, when you begin to build institutions that preserve your values, that preserve your legacies, that preserve your knowledge. You begin to document your values, all right? At this stage, you are free to write an autobiography. At this stage, you are free to write a story about yourself, all right? Tell your story the way you want it to be told. I always have a personal quote that keeps me going. I said that the reason why I get up whenever life knocks me down is because I don't want the story of my life to be told shabbily. I always say that to yourself. You can appropriate it to yourself. The reason why I get up whenever life knocks me down is because I do not want the story of my life to be told shabbily. I don't know about you, but I don't want the story of my life to be told shabbily. And that's why I trust the Lord, that by the time I get to that evening stage, I should be able to document and write in the story of my life so that it will not be told shabbily, so it will be told well. And then if you're out there and you're watching me right now and you're already in the evening stage, please do well to document the story of your life. Document your values, document your beliefs, document the things that made you tick, the things that made you shine. Document the challenges that you went through so that the next generation can know that truly they went through these challenges, but he was able to bounce back. Document the stories of your life, all right? Because when you don't document these things appropriately, at the end of the day, it becomes a problem. People may not really understand what you had to go through to get to where you are. Document your stories, document your knowledge, document your beliefs, all right? Document the things, the processes you had to go through in order to achieve your purpose. You may be surprised. You don't even know whose life you might be improving by doing that, all right? If you can build institutions that preserve your knowledge, build institutions that preserve your values, build institutions that preserve your legacies, this is the time for consolidation, all right? At this evening stage, it is the time for you to raise company of people, company of individuals, company of men if you're a man, company of women if you're a woman, company of, you can raise from any gender, right? Both male or female. Raise a company of people who have similar convictions as you have. Raise a company of people who think like you, who see things through your eyes, who understand what you had to go through in order to become who you truly are. These are the major, this evening stage is a very strategic stage in your life. You should have been able to raise a company of people who believe what you believe, who understand the things you understand, who see life through your eyes, who have the knowledge that you have to offer. You see, a lot of things happen in life, and with the challenge we have is that a lot of young people, they have a lot of time, but they have insufficient wisdom in order to navigate through that time and use it appropriately and redeem it wisely. All right, but then the older ones have a lot of wisdom that they have gotten through experiences, a lot of wisdom they have gotten through mistakes and failures, but they don't have time to correct their past. All right, they don't have time to correct their destiny. So what bridges the gap between this older generation and the younger generation is what we call mentorship. So at this stage of consolidation, it is a mentorship stage equally. It's a stage where you begin to mentor the younger generation. If you're 51 to 75 and you're in the evening stage, you should have a company of men and women, you boys and girls that you are mentoring in the things that you already know. So I pray those things you know are positive things, right? So that you don't use this for negative purpose. Raise a company of boys, girls, men, and women that you can impact what you already know, okay? So because mentorship bridges this gap. Mentorship bridges this gap by impacting the next generation with the values, with the understanding, with the belief system, with the knowledge that the previous generation already has. And this is very, very key. If you're within this age, make sure there is a man somewhere, there is a woman somewhere, there is a boy somewhere, there is a girl somewhere that you are directly mentoring and teaching the ropes on how to succeed in life. All right? So this is the evening stage. Remember we said that this evening stage is what? For consolidation, and it is for mentorship. Make sure you're raising a company of people who would understand the things that you have understood in order to get even way past where you have gotten to in life. Have you gotten it? All right, I hope that blessed you. So let's talk about the fourth and the last stage of life. And this fourth stage is called the night stage. All right, now using the sun again, the sun is absent at night. The sun is totally absent at night. All right, at night the sun is out, and then if you're lucky, you would have the moon. If it's a night that is not a very dark night, you have the moon and then you have the stars. But the light is not sufficient for you to do much. At the night stage of life, this stage ranges between the ages of 76 till whenever you die. All right. So between 76 and whenever you die, maybe 120 or 110 or thereabout. I don't know, but I know I pray for long life for you, okay? So let's say between 76 and 120 or above that, depending on how much life the Lord gives you. So if you are able to get to this age, this stage is called the night stage, and it is also called the rest stage or the legacy stage. The rest stage or the legacy stage. It is true that even in the evening you started building your legacy, but at this stage you are only remembered for what you have done. This is the rest stage. This is the stage where you rest from your labors. All right, this is the stage where you begin to reap from the things you have sown. And may God help you. Let it be that you have really sown nice seeds earlier in the morning stage, in the afternoon stage, and in the evening stage. But because if you have not sown any quality seeds in the morning stage, afternoon stage, or evening stage, at this stage you'll be reaping suffering. You'll be reaping nothingness. All right. So it's very important. It's a dark stage. It's a night stage. It's a resting stage. It's a stage where you are just remembered for what you have done. It's also a stage of darkness. All right. It's a stage of darkness because it's a night stage. The sun is already absent in this night stage, and only those who have light are those who have made quality investment. Let me say this again. When you are between 76 and 120, the only light you see is the light of the investments you have made earlier in the morning stage, in the afternoon stage, and in the evening stage. So if you have made investments earlier in life, only then can you have light in your dark stage. Some live in absolute darkness in this stage because they have wasted a lot of time. They have wasted a lot of opportunities to impact the next generation. But if you are in this stage and you have labored well, you have invested well, at this stage you begin to reap from your investment. So the night will not be very dark for you. All right, it will have some beautiful moonlight. It will have some beautiful stars, to make sure that your ending is not terrible, that your ending is beautiful. All right. Many are enjoying the stage with beautiful moonlight stories, beautiful moonlight experiences in life, because they have labored well in the earlier stages of their life. So if you're in this night stage, I want to believe that you have worked well, you have labored well, and that God will graciously give you a beautiful, long, and sweet life, so that you don't end up suffering at this stage. You don't end up being in captivity, or being in sorrow, or feeling bound in this stage, because you did not labor well, you did not work well, you did not work hard, you do not work smart, you don't make quality investment in the life of people. I want to always tell people, see, listen, the best investment you can make in life is not investment in cars, it's not investment in houses, it's not even investment in lands, it is investment in people. Investment in people is the best form of investment. And what does it mean to invest in people? You begin to sow seeds of kindness into the lives of people. You begin to sow seeds of love in the hearts of people. You begin to sow seeds of hard work, quality values, all right? A belief system that help them to become the best version of themselves. When you have sowed this kind of beautiful seeds in the life of people, you won't end in absolute darkness. You won't end in total darkness. Your ending will be sweet. Your ending will be blessed, all right? Your death will be a blessing, because people will look back and they see, oh, this person lived a very beautiful life. This person lived a very good life. Because of this person, I was able to get here in life. Because of this person, I was able to achieve all of this in life. I believe so much that you have gained a lot of quality wisdom from the words I have shared with you this evening. I believe that you would work with it and you'll be able to redeem your years effectively. Remember what I shared with you today is strategic wisdom on how to redeem your years. Your years can be redeemable. You can make it happen. All I ask is that you do what is right and when it is right, because time is fleeing and time is not your friend. So please, I would like you to work on these things, go through them, see the ones that apply to you, and work it out. And when you do, you have a very beautiful and lovely life. I really wish you well, and I'm rooting for you, because I know that beautiful things will happen in your life. So this week, have the very best week ever. God will keep you, He will protect you, He will preserve you, and you will be hitting from all cylinders, achieving records, all right, breaking records on every side, because God is with you. May it be your best week ever. I love you so much. Until I come your way again, keep making a positive, indelible mark in the lives of people and on the sands of time. Cheers.
Through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit and deep encounters with God, Bishop Okudili and Pastor Ifeoma Eze have written and published over 70 live transforming books. Succeeding in Marriage After the Wedding, Treasures in a Trash, All You Need to Succeed in Marriage, Preparing for Your Season of Demand, Building a Marriage That Will Stand the Test of Time, and many more. If you're in Nigeria, you can get these at Zion Heritage and Miracle Ministries branches. For further inquiries, call 0809-178-7299 or 0805-716-1060. Remain lifted for life.